Good evening, everyone. My name is Jesse Cathy, for those of you who do not know me. I would consider a longtime friend of Ryan's. We met in the Order of the Arrow and through NYLT. We spent numerous weeks together and all sorts of things. But I would like to welcome everyone to True Point 80's Eagle Court of Honor to recognize this young man, Ryan Ward. And now, if you would, please rise for the posting of the colors, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the Scout Oath and all.
Color guard, forward march. Color guard, halt. Color guard, prepare to post the colors. Post the colors.
Please follow me in the pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please follow me in the scout oath. On my honor.
I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Please follow me in the scout law.
Loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Color guard, reform. Color guard, return to post. Color guard, halt. Color guard, dismiss. You may be seated.
As you are seating, I would like to invite Reverend Josh Williams to come up and give our invocation.
Let's pray. Father God, we thank you so much for the privilege it is to come and celebrate the hard work that Ryan has done. And I thank you for all of the stuff that he has been able to accomplish. We just pray that you will be with us throughout this celebration and that we may bring glory and honor to you. In Jesus' name.
Thank you, Mr. Wiggs. I would like to invite James Ward, Tony Sutton, Chet Wright to come up and share stories and memories about Ryan on his journey through scouting that they may remember or find funny and would like to share with the rest of us. In whichever order you would like to go.
Thinking about this, looking back, Ryan Ward, the time we spent, man. I mean, I'm looking at these pictures, we're seeing that, I got a couple right here, and he's like right here. Now he's up here. And I asked myself, how in the world, where's this time gone? But thinking about it, I look at all the things we've done, all the campouts we've been on. It's just amazing. But I would be remiss if I didn't start from the very beginning. About 10 years ago, in Camping Robinson's hallway back to school, my grandson decided he wanted to become a Cub Scout. We met a man named Chris Lang, and who knew my life would forever be changed by what transpired from that point. And getting to know Ryan Ward has been quite amazing because, these pictures here, you got that sweet innocent look on his face. He's up here now, and he's still at that same look on his face, but let me tell you something. That's his best secret weapon. Don't buy it, don't buy it. Because I got a story I want to tell you. We were in this church here. We do Scouts on Sunday. We're in back in the kitchen. And I'm standing on the same side of the table in the kitchen. And across from me is Connor Hess. Well, he said something about a duel or something. So I grabbed the oven, hit on both sides of his face. I said, I challenge you to a duel. Next thing I know, pow! My head just turned sideways. And I'm like, all right, who done that? And I turn around and look. Here's Ryan Ward laughing. You know, I'm like, how can you get mad at this guy? I mean, look at this guy. It's like he's so sweet. And yeah, right. Don't buy it. Man, and we just, Ryan just, you know, from our Cub Scout days, some of the funnest things I think we done was shooting off bottle rockets and rockets with Chris Lang out there at Logan Hubble, all the way through to coming into our scouting days with the Boy Scouts and all the prep hikes we've been on, putting rocks in people's packs and letting them weigh a little bit more than what they did before they started, because people not know it. But yeah, I mean, it's been an amazing journey, and it just blows me away that, because I mean, yeah, I mean, this is from here on, he's going to be an adult. And it's, I just can't believe the time that has went by that quick. But you know what they say, time flies when you're having fun. We must be having one heck of a blast, because this has been great. Ryan, you earned it, baby.
I didn't know I was coming up here. Okay, so everybody knows Ryan. You know he knows how to push everybody's buttons. Especially dad's. He's good at that. We did that today with this scar, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, Ryan's very good at pushing people's buttons. He's also good at not backing down from anything. We was with Steve out in Northern Tier. And Steve bet him $25 we couldn't kill a chipmunk. We had nothing, we had no guns, nothing. We had fishing poles. So we caught us a chipmunk with a fishing pole, and he had to eat it and kill it. And so we set up a trap, got some oatmeal. We caught this chipmunk. We caught two of them actually. We caught one and it went flying. And the other one we actually caught and cooked it. So we grabbed it and then I killed it. And then he filleted it and ate it. And then Steve never made another bet to him again. He was telling me the other day that they go lying to each other so much they had to make an agreement. He can't tell when Ryan's lying to him or not. So he's pretty rough. The amount of times we made you mad, Dad, oh my gosh. The amount of times. This one time we thought it'd be real funny. This isn't scout related, but this is just what I can. We painted a line on the road, and we made him think there was a water line there. And he took pictures, and 3-4 months went by, and he believed it the whole time. And he was telling everybody, hey, they're putting a water line in here. And we tell him one day that we painted that, and he didn't talk to us. And that was Ryan's idea. Yeah. So, anyways, he's very mischievous. He knows how to push your buttons, so don't mess with him.
I'm going to tell a story here about Philmont. So, we'd already been to Philmont, and Ryan has been quite an entertaining crewmate throughout our prep hikes and our track at Philmont. And Philmont was coming to a close, and we had gone So I did say yes, and so it started out, we got some cups from the St. James Hotel. We had to go back in to get the cups, and then we ended up taking a bus back to Philmont Scout Ranch, but we were separated from the adults on the bus. Somehow they had too many people on the bus, so the adults didn't come with us. So anyway, we went back, and it turned out to be a prime opportunity to acquire some cacti. And so we went out to the back. We started out with some cups, and we got 2 cactus plants. And those we took the root ball with us and some native dirt. So, and then what we did is we put them in a box that we had. And so anyway, then we walked around the camp and called some different people from back home to look casual. And then we taped up the box and hid it under our cot. And then later that night, we went to a different location and acquired some cactus petals. And so, which I kept. Brian kept the box, I kept the petals in a bag, and we had to take them all the way back home on the Amtrak train. And that was a lot of fun. I still have my plants. The petals took root and sprouted, and I'm hoping to, start a life with them. That's my story. Thank you.
Thank you three for coming up. I know those of us who have been to NYLT with Ryan also have many stories. So if you have any questions about what goes on in NYLT, just ask those 5 sitting right there. We'll tell you everything about Ryan in a week's period. That was good times too. But at this time, we will light the candles that are in front of me. This is the voice of the eagle whose heights you've struggled hard to reach. We remember will. Goodness gracious, excuse me. We remember well when you first came to the base of the cliff and how you looked up with ambition and determination. Look back for a moment. Look back over the cliff you've climbed. Look back at the experience you have encountered in your ascent. These experiences you should not have forgotten, and you should profit by making sure the adverse ones do not occur again. Experience is a vulnerable teacher if you heed its teachings. At this time, I will start off with the scout. As long as I can find the ladder. We remember when you took your first step upon the trail that leads upward. With your first step, you began to start living the scout oath and law and became a scout. At this time, I will ask that Danny will come up and present the tenderfoot.
All the while you were on the trail, we watched you study, and then we watched you learn by doing. First, you were only a candidate, building yourself physically, mentally, and morally. Then your brother scouts called you a tenderfoot, and they were right. You were indeed a tenderfoot.
At this time, I will ask Josh to come up and do the second class.
But not for long, for soon you reached the next ledge, and there you were greeted by second-class scouts.
At this time, I will ask Mark to come up and present first class. I wrote down Mark, it is Mac. Mac is still not in the building, so I will read the first class. Some, like yourself, were stopping to catch their breaths before continuing along the trail. You began to study more. You worked harder, and almost before you knew it, you came to another ledge. The ledge where first class scouts dwell. At this time, I will ask Daniel to come up. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. I screwed up again. We're only human, correct? At this time, I will ask Dustin to come up and present Scott. Please excuse me. And this, I do not ever want to see this recorded.
There you found a tempting green meadow by a crystal clear stream, bathed in the sun. Here you will tempt to remain. Yes, you could have remained there to live in the first class board, but your ambition stirred you on. We next remember your progress when you became a Star Scout. You found that the trail from first class had been an optical illusion, not as difficult as it seemed, but spurred you on. And again, you climbed further. Now, the trail was steeper, now less worn. Fewer scouts seemed to be heading in your direction. You looked back and saw crowds below you. You looked up and saw few above you. And with the same determination in which you started to climb, you continued on your trail.
At this time, will Daniel please come up?
Soon it was the badge of Life Scout, the heart badge that was placed on your uniform. You will never forget the thoughts in your heart. It has been an experience by most scouts on reaching the ledge of life. Now I'm close to Eagle. I will carry on. The trail became tough, but more interesting. The original simple principles of the Scout Oath and Law now had a fuller meaning. Your understanding of them was correct.
At this time, will Austin please come forward?
Yes, we watched your character unfold and you became a man. We have watched your leadership ability expand into a valuable asset. We have watched your mind develop and your wisdom increase. We have watched all these things in you, and Now that you are at the threshold of your goal, we welcome you, for you have done your climbing in a true scout-like manner to reach the heights of an eagle.
Thank you to everyone who has read a reading. Would Ryan Ward and Chris Lane please come forward?
Okay. I'm trying to do this a little better last time, that's why I'm doing the firing squad. So I'd like to ask any of the Eagles, any other Eagles in the audience, to please come forward and be in front here, be recognized as we deliver the Eagle charge. All right. Well, I'll give them a card. This is. Okay. So, have all. Take a look around here, do the Eagle shirt. Good company. I'm so. I don't know. So I'm the honor to give you the Eagle Scout charge on occasion, your elevation to the highest rank of scout. Scouts of all nations continue to be one of the most wholesome and significant movement in world history, and you have been counted worthy of the highest rank in Boy Scouts of America. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. Your position, as you all know, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you assume solemn obligation to your duty to God, your country, your fellow Scouts, and to mankind in general. This is a great undertaking. America has many good things to give you and your children after you. These things depend, for the most part, on the quality of her citizens. Our country has had a great past. Your years make a great future. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with solemn dedication. Be a leader, but only lead toward the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and your fellow man. So live and serve, that those who know you will be inspired to the finest level. We have too many that use their strength and their intelligence to exploit others to selfish ends. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and abilities to the common good. Build America on a solid foundation of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. And whatever others may say or do, you leave behind you a record which every scout may be justly proud of. On behalf of this Court of Honor of the Bluegrass Council, Boy Scouts of America, the highest hope that you will always represent the finest character and citizenship. We welcome you to the fraternity of Eagle Scouts and congratulate you on your achievement. Thank you. Thank you everybody else for coming up. This is awesome. So, thank you all. I've got one more thing, so actually y'all can be seated. I've got another diploma call. I need to call it.